Hi guys, this is Shrinking Kathy here, coming to you on my 5th week post-op RNY surgery. I had surgery at St. Joseph's in Toronto with Dr. David Lindsay on February 1st of this year. And 3 weeks before that, on January the 18th of this year, I started a 3-week liquid diet called Optifast. And I lost 23 pounds in the 3-week diet before surgery. So I was 304 pounds when I started Optifast, and on February 1st I was 281 pounds when I had my surgery. So I usually go into my stats and everything. I'm going to skip that today because I'm not feeling very good. I apologize. I will tell you what I lost because I'm pretty impressed. I lost 4.6 pounds in the past week, so I'm down 51.4 pounds total. So, and whatever 51.4 pounds minus 23 is how much I've lost since the surgery. And I'm sorry, I don't have my notes with me here. I mean, I just wrote some quick ones, but I forgot the bulk of my notes upstairs, and I'm not feeling good, and I don't want to go back upstairs to get them. So I hope you can understand. So I'm really pleased. My first mini goal was to lose 50 pounds, and I've done that. And in 5 weeks in surgery plus 3 weeks, so that's 8 weeks. Yeah, 8 weeks. So I've lost 51.4 pounds in 8 weeks, and that boggles my mind because there's no way I could have done that without surgery, you know? There's no way that could happen. So the bad news is I'm sick. I have pneumonia. I found out on Monday that I have pneumonia. I was feeling fine until last Thursday. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada. We have a lot of snow still. We have a lot of ice, and I have to walk every day. So I can't walk outside because it triggers my asthma, the cold weather, and I'm worried about falling on the ice and hurting myself inside because I'm still healing. So I've been walking in the mall, which I normally avoid because the mall is so full of germs. People, they go there whether they're sick or healthy, they don't seem to care. And my immune system's not that great. So Thursday I came home with what I thought was a cold. I had sniffling and sneezing and a dry cough. And right away my family said, "Oh my goodness, you must have picked something up at the mall." And I said, "Yeah, I think I did." Now, the problem with me is I have severe chronic asthma, so almost any kind of infection or cold that I get goes into my lungs. So by the weekend I was really struggling to breathe. And I should have gone to the emergency, but instead I decided to wait till Monday to try to call my doctor, which was stupid on my part because I couldn't get through to my doctor. I tried all morning. Nobody ever answered in the office, and the one time I got through, I was told he's at lunch. So by then I was really struggling, and it seemed worse than just my typical asthma. My Ventolin wasn't working. None of my puffers were working. And usually the rescue inhaler, which is the Ventolin, at least opens my airways enough, but that wasn't happening. So my dad took me down to the hospital, and they took me right away. They sent me for tests. And plus I was worried because I don't know if you watched last week's videos, but the last time I had an x-ray, it showed that my lower left lung had not reinflated properly after surgery. So that was very worrying to me. And I was supposed to go for a second x-ray this week anyway. So while I was in the hospital, I mentioned this to the doctor, and I told him I had had surgery. And he immediately was worried that I had complications from surgery and that the pneumonia might be from a blood clot. So he sent me for blood work, which was a problem because the nurses in Sault Ste. Marie don't know how to draw blood. When I was in St. Joe's in Toronto, I had blood drawn so many times, and no matter who tried, they got blood the first time. That is never the case in Sault Ste. Marie. I don't know if it's the way they're trained or what, but it took 3 nurses 3 times each to draw 1 vial of blood. I don't know if you can see these bruises, but I've got them on both arms and on my hands. This arm's not as bad, but this arm, the nurse that did this put the needle in, and she just wiggled it around, and then she blew 2 veins doing that because she blew right through the veins. So I'm not happy about that, but they did manage to get their blood. I didn't get the results from the blood work. The doctor said he would call me with them, but he never did call. He said I might need to go back for a CAT scan, but I'm hoping the fact that he didn't call means it's good news. And I did call the hospital back, and I said I wanted the results of my blood work, and I was told I'd have to go down to get them. They don't release that information over the phone. So then I mentioned that the doctor told me he would call me back, and they said they only call back if it's bad news, so if I hadn't heard, to assume everything's okay. And he also sent me for the x-ray, like I mentioned. I'm sorry, I'm very scattered today. But the x-ray, it didn't show anything wrong with my left lung, and I had been doing deep breathing and singing, so hopefully that helped my left lung. The pneumonia is in my right lung. So for the past few weeks, I've had issues with both lungs, my lower left lung and my upper right lung. So yeah, and having severe asthma, that doesn't make me happy. I don't like having issues with breathing. I'm feeling better today. I'm on antibiotics. I started the antibiotics Monday evening. And the pharmacist said that it will take me about 3 days before the antibiotics really start working. So I have to start taking them at 8 o'clock tonight, around 7 or 8. I have to take 3 really big horse-sized antibiotics at the same time, which I can't do. So I have to cut each pill into 4 pieces. So it takes me about an hour to get all 12 pieces down. And I did clear this with the pharmacist. He said that's fine. He said it might taste bitter, but if that's what I need to do. And I was really worried that my pouch wouldn't be able to process the antibiotics, but I guess because I'm cutting them up into small pieces, it's having an easier time because it seems to be absorbing them because I do feel better. I mean, I don't feel good. I don't even feel okay yet, but I feel better than I did. It was pretty bad the way I was feeling before, so, you know, it's good to feel a little bit better. But I don't look good. I'm very pale. I feel very weak. Excuse me, I need a sip. Sorry. Anyway. So, yeah, that's the bad news, pneumonia. And pneumonia coupled with asthma is never fun. And with I have severe chronic asthma, so that's not good. But I'm hoping and praying that it will get better. It is already getting better. So, and I see my doctor, my family doctor, Friday morning for a follow-up. And hopefully he will have been able to get a hold of the blood work, and he'll decide whether I need another week of antibiotics or not. Because the doctor at the hospital just gave me 1 week. And generally I usually need 2 runs of antibiotics. But maybe things are different now. I don't know. So I had planned on doing all kinds of shout-outs. I watch everyone's videos. I think the weight loss surgery community here on YouTube is amazing. I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I wanted to thank so many of you and comment on how you're doing. And I did take notes. But I left my notes upstairs, and it's very hard for me to climb a flight of stairs when I have trouble breathing. So I'll have to do a separate video later this week when I'm feeling a little bit better. Or early next week maybe. But I do watch all of your videos, and for everyone who's been reaching your goals and breaking stalls or just hanging in there through stalls, I really, it means a lot that I get to watch you and follow on your journey and cheer you on, and some of you are watching my videos in return and making comments, and it's just so wonderful to be a part of this community. Thank you so very much. And for those of you who aren't a part of the community but are watching and considering having the surgery, please don't let my issues scare you. Even though I had pain with eating when I was on the purees, that pain went totally away as soon as I went back on full fluids, so my body just wasn't ready for it yet. And I mean, I lost 51.4 pounds in 8 weeks, and that never could have happened without my surgery. So it's a great tool. It's almost like a magical tool at this point because the weight is just dropping off so fast. I wanted to show you that I'm wearing this top, and this week has been the first time I could wear this top in years. I'm going to stand up and move this around a bit so you can kind of see what it looks like. Hang on a second, okay? So, sorry for the boob shot here. I'm just going to tilt this so I can back up. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Here, I'm in the doorway. This is what I look like with 50 pounds gone, 51.4 pounds gone. I don't know if you can see that. So, I'm pretty darn pleased. I mean, I'm starting to get some shape in here again. I'm still very big, but I was 304 pounds when I started this journey. And now, 252.6 pounds. Or 0.4 pounds, I can't remember. But it's 252 point something pounds. I'm sorry, you guys. All my notes are upstairs. So, thank you for watching. If you pray, please pray that I get better. I don't like feeling like this. And I guess it's been 10 minutes, so I'm just going to cut it short right here. And I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Take care. All right. Love you all. Bye.